I thought I had the perfect marriage. 10 years with my high school sweetheart, 2 beautiful kids, and a home filled with what I believed was love and laughter. Mark was my rock, my everything. He was a devoted father and, I thought, a faithful husband. Our life was picture perfect, or so it seemed from the outside looking in. But a single accidental message shattered that illusion into a million pieces, revealing a double life I never could have imagined. It was a Tuesday night, just like any other. The kids were asleep, and Mark was supposedly at a late work meeting. I was tidying up the living room when his phone, left behind on the coffee table, buzzed. I glanced at it, thinking it was just a work email. But the name on the screen wasn't a colleague. It was a name I didn't recognize, accompanied by a message that made my blood run cold. Can't wait to see you tonight, my love. The kids missed their Uncle Mark. My heart stopped. Uncle Mark? My kids only had one uncle, my brother. I stared at the screen, my mind racing, trying to make sense of it. My hands trembled as I unlocked his phone. His password was our anniversary date. The irony was sickening. What I found was a rabbit hole of deceit. A hidden folder filled with photos. Mark, smiling, with another woman and 2 small children who looked suspiciously like him. They were on family vacations I never knew about, celebrating birthdays I wasn't invited to. He wasn't just cheating. He had a whole other family. The late work meetings, the business trips, it was all a lie. He had been splitting his life, his time, and his heart between 2 families. The woman was his ex-girlfriend from before we got together. Apparently they reconnected years ago, and she'd had his children. He'd been playing the role of a loving husband and father in 2 separate households, miles apart but worlds away. I felt like I was suffocating. The man I had shared my life with was a stranger. Every memory we had made together suddenly felt tainted, like a scene from a movie where I was the only one who didn't know the script. How could he look me in the eye every day? How could he tuck our children into bed at night, knowing he had another set of kids waiting for their Uncle Mark to come home? The betrayal was so deep, it was physical. I felt a pain in my chest that was more than just heartbreak. It was the complete collapse of my reality. When he walked through the door that night, humming a happy tune, I was sitting in the dark, his phone in my hand. The smile vanished from his face when he saw me. There was no shouting, no screaming. I just asked, "Who are they, Mark?" The silence that followed was his confession. The whole story came tumbling out, a pathetic and tangled web of lies he had been weaving for 8 years. 8 years of my life, gone. It's been a year since that night. The divorce was messy, painful, but necessary. Rebuilding my life and my children's lives from the ashes of his betrayal has been the hardest thing I've ever done. Some days are still a struggle, but I've found a strength I never knew I had. I learned that trust, once shattered, can rarely be pieced back together. And sometimes, the person you think you know best is the one you don't know at all. My story is a painful one, but it's also a story of survival and rediscovery. I'm not just a victim of his lies. I'm a survivor who is building a new, more honest life for myself and my kids. Thank you for listening.